Just taking a second to get started. Okay, yeah, let's take a moment to get started. So welcome to Tuesday's daily sit. And just a really quick introduction again. And I think just whilst we're getting used to these sessions first thing in the morning, it's just useful for me to just take a moment, particularly for those that are new to meditation, new to mindfulness, just to really take that moment to understand, what it is that we're doing today and how it can be really beneficial and useful and supportive. So this week particularly, for the first week, I'm going to focus predominantly on grounding techniques. And grounding techniques are very much an opportunity to nurture a connection between the mind and the body. And that's because we spend a lot of time in our heads, a lot of time and space is taken up in our lives by our thoughts. So actually being able to bring attention to the rest of the body, and in particular through grounding techniques, that sensation, that connection, that ability to create a level of awareness about how it feels physically in the body, to notice how we can be connected to the ground beneath us, can be really useful to take ourselves away from our heads, bring ourselves into our bodies, and feel that much deeper connection over time with practice to more of our life experience than just maybe our thoughts and being overwhelmed by thoughts so much of the time. So it's beautiful to have you here. It's a pleasure to have you here. And just really quickly, some of you also join my 8 a.m. fitness class, and I'll always switch off from the daily sit, say goodbye, and then switch back on again for the fitness class, which will probably start around about 8:05 most days. But just keep an eye out for updates on what's happening going forward. But certainly for the daily sit, I'm looking at trying to do this as many days as possible, at least Monday to Friday at 7:45 every day. Lovely. So we're going to continue our journey today with some grounding. And just like before, take a place somewhere in your home that helps you to feel comfortable and supported. I don't know if you missed some of that message from before. Hopefully the microphone would have picked it up, but I've just switched my other mic on. So yeah, just take a place in your home where you feel comfortable, where you feel supported, and then we'll begin. So an upright chair or the sofa, the bed, the floor, whatever you like. So let's begin the practice today by gently lowering the eyes or softening the gaze. And if it feels okay for you, just dropping the chin. Placing your hands somewhere that feels comfortable. And within these practices each day, as long as you can hear me, you don't necessarily need to see me. So let's take these first few moments to allow ourselves to drop in to this session, this practice. What do we mean by drop in? Well, it's just that moment of becoming aware. The moment that we become aware of what it is that we're here doing today. Why have we brought ourselves to this moment? But dropping into the practice and supporting ourselves by bringing attention at first to any part of the body that makes a connection to the surface beneath you. So it could be that if you're sitting on a chair that you notice your legs or your lower back maybe, or even the whole of your back connected to the chair. And it might be that if you're sitting on a chair that you've placed your feet out in front of you and you can sense into your feet connected to the floor. If you've decided to lay down today, then this is just about really bringing your attention to the points of your body that are connected to the surface, the floor, the mat or the bed beneath you. You're just taking your time to notice those connections. But really, however you've decided to be in this moment, dropping into this practice and becoming fully aware of the connection of your body, wherever that might be, to the surface, the seat, the floor beneath you. And in these silences, just remember that I'm here, continuing to guide the practice, allowing the silence to just be there. Excuse me. And within those silences, just noticing as well if the mind wanders off at all. And if it does, that's okay. Just bring yourself back to the connection of your body to the surface beneath you. And use that connection, that place to hold your attention as an anchor, as a point of focus that allows you to keep returning back over and over again, no matter how many times the mind wanders off. Just becoming curious now of how it feels in the body to sense into this connection of body to floor, body to surface, body to seat. How does it feel today to sense into that connection? Just becoming aware of that with openness, with curiosity. How does it feel in a physical sense to notice that connection? Body to surface, to floor, to chair. Maybe you notice something happening in the body. Maybe you notice a sense of lightness or weightedness. It might be that you notice some sensations that are happening for you. But whatever it is, just continue to become aware, connected, and anchored to that point of focus of body to surface beneath, wherever that connection takes place. Each time the mind wanders, just bring yourself back to that connection. We can remind ourselves today that as we're connected to whatever it is that holds us up today, the floor, the seat, the bed, we can remind ourselves that beneath the surface of whatever it is that's supporting us is the floor of the building that we're in today. And that beneath that floor is the foundations of the building. And that beneath those foundations is the earth. And the earth is thousands of years old and thousands of meters deep. So in a sense, right here and right now, we're truly grounded, truly connected. And that all the time we're here, the ground is here to support us. We can sense into the ground whenever we want to, whenever we need to. Just becoming curious of whether the considerations of connection to the ground, the foundations, the earth, just becoming curious of whether that's maybe changed your sense of connection just slightly. Maybe it's given you just an extra tiny bit of depth to this focus and moment of attention. What do you notice about the sensation in your body, how you feel about being connected right here and right now? But we're not trying to force anything to happen. We're not trying to make something happen. We're simply observing the experience in a very global way. The experience of our body, how we feel in our hearts, in our emotions, and allowing and noticing our thoughts. Just taking a few more moments to sense into that connection, wherever it might be, your body to the surface, the seat, the bed beneath you. Becoming fully aware with a sense of openness right here and right now. As we come towards the end of today's grounding practice, just taking a moment to drop the chin, and when you feel ready, slowly and gently blinking the eyes open. Maybe taking a second to notice how it feels in your body. Maybe anything that might be coming up in terms of your thoughts. And if you want to, you can explore that a bit more. Grab a notebook or piece of paper. Maybe just write down three words or three things that come up for you. It can be a lovely way to develop that sense of connectedness through the practices as we work together each day, and also to bring attention to the fact that your experience each day will be different, and that life is continuing to change, and that level of impermanence around our experience will always be there. Nothing is ever the same for too long. So with that in mind, I wish you a wonderful day. Enjoy the space, the time, and carry with you for the rest of the day that sense of groundedness, that sense of connectivity. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for joining the Daily Sit. See you soon.